Hey yo, Angelic Clients, this is Guardian Angel and I am bringing you more Path of Exile content today. And this time it is spiced up because we actually bought a private league with Elfisch and we are going to be doing some sort of a newbie friendly playthrough of it with you guys. So just sit down, enjoy, and let's go! So first of all, guys, we are going to close this shit. And obviously, if you are a normal person, right? If you are a human being, what you would do is you would turn on the game, right? Like I would, yes, Path of Exile, play, and then you would play a game. And then you would try to start it up as you normally would. But that is not how it goes for Path of Exile. For Path of Exile, you first have to do a lot of other things. So, let's do a paint. We are going to do it live. So, we are going to do painting live. Beautiful, isn't it going to be lovely? Haha. So, this is our starting point, right? Let's say we want to play the game and we are here. First of all, we have to make a decision. We have to make... I would recommend making just one decision. So we start PoE, right? We want to create a new character. And we have to branch out from here into two different directions. And this is going to be a solo direction. And this is going to be multiplayer direction, right? So first of all, when you start with your character, you have to decide if you want to play solo, completely alone, without any other people, and basically live off the land, or if you want to play multiplayer where you can buy stuff from other people. You have to get more into how you can buy items, check out the market, all that kind of shit, right? So you have to decide on that first. Obviously, if the second you have decided, the next thing is actually picking a build, no matter what. You know, we pick a build from this. So it is not just like, you cannot just pick any character and then go. Well, you theoretically could. You could go into the login screen, click create, and just whatever. Yes, create a character, you will select the league that's in the middle, and then you will select if you want a solo character or not. That's what we were selecting, because you will select the default Path of Exile league. And now you can choose a character, right? You can choose, this is a duelist, there is a witch, there is a whatever this is a ranger, then there is a scion, then there is this marauder, this is a shadow, right? Yeah, and a templar. So this is your selection of characters. So you can go and choose one that you like visually and then find a particular build for that character. But what I would recommend you to go do, you open a brand new Google window and then you go PoE, beginner, build, and the current patch. And there you go. And you will do this, and then you will have a selection of pages that will give you the top lists of these. You know, we can have a look at this page. I don't like this page too much, so we are going to do the second one, probably. Is this the one? Yeah, probably. We can do any. We can do, like, you can choose any website you like. Just find yourself a build, right? Just pick any. There are always like a little bit of a text for each of these characters, so we pick a build, right? So this is going to be pick a build. Now that we have our build, each build will lead you to a very similar screen that will look somewhat like build guide, somewhat like this. And you will have a lot of text, right? You will have a bunch of text in the game. So you probably want to ignore that and just look at what gems you will need, because in this game, the main thing is skills are operated by gems. We will get to that. But you will have your build. So ideally, now you have this link for paste bin, and that basically will show you this, right, when you insert it. So now we are getting to the fact that we have a build. So we have a build. Then we have to install this little path of building community program. It looks like this. It's called path of building dash community. You can download this, it's a freeware, and it will help you organize your character. Now you will be here. This is my character. This is the one I have created for the playthrough today. But when you are here, oh my god, no. When you are here, you will just take this paste bin link, and you will copy it. Top tier flowchart, exactly. And you will copy it into your, you will go import, export, build in the top left here, and you will just do import from paste bin, and you copy in the link, and you click import after. And then you click this import button over here, and that will import the character, and it will show you your tree, right? So this is my tree. This is what I'm going to be playing as. This is the duelist, and based on where you start in the skill tree, a different section of the skill tree will be open to you. So this is the duelist. I think Marauder is here, Shadow is here, Ranger is here, Witch is here, and the Templar is here, and in the middle is Scion. So technically Scion should be the most versatile of all the characters as well, right? So that is that, right? So we have this prepared, so everything is fancy and dandy. We have this prepared, we have this on our secondary screen, so you will move this path of building away from your screen. It doesn't want to listen to me. Ah, nice, beautiful. So we have it on the other side, on the other screen right now. I want it like a little bit in a bit of a smaller window, to be honest with you. Nice. Exactly, top tier flowchart. So now we have path of building community installed. Tick box, tick box, tick box. And now all that remains is actually, you know, creating the character itself. So you go back into PoE, and we will go to join. This is my private league that we started with Elfisch. So I'm just going to go join, and as I said, I'm going to be creating a duelist. Obviously now the most difficult part about any creation in Path of Exile comes in, and that is actually naming the character. So this is going to be, this guy is going to be named Life Leech Zor, for me to remember what actually am I trying to do here. Beautiful. And this will spawn us in the very first location, right? This will spawn us in the very first location. And we are basically an exile. We get washed up on the shore after our ship maroons on the seabed or something. Guardian advertisement, that's lovely. So you just click the first button and you will see, aha, now there are, let's click to move. Now, then you would think that this is all over. I can finally play this game. Not true, not true. So as you know, in most of, if you are familiar with how this game behaves, how any game of this type behaves, you know that there is a lot of loot, right? A lot of loot. So what you really need to do is you need to create a filter for all the loot, so you can actually be able to, you know, sort through it easily. So if you go into the menu via escape and options and into UI, you will be able to see that there is list of item filters, right? And I have my guard filter here that I have created. Well, Guardian, how do you create a filter? Well, I'm glad you asked. So you just go to Google again and you type in a filter, and it's called the filterblade.xyz, right? And you sign in with PoE or whatever you want. The important part is that you actually need to create a very basic filter. You don't have to understand what any of this does. You just open this website, go into save and load. You have to sign in, obviously, or download, and you just download the whatever filter blade gives you at the start. You don't have to click anything. Just open the website, click download, follow these steps, right? Follow these steps. If you follow these steps and you do it correctly, 1, 2, 3, very easy steps, download your filter, it will be named blah blah blah, move that into the following documents, in the path of Exile options go to UI, blah blah blah, it tells you everything. So then you have your filter ready. And you just go into UI, select it from the drop down here, and you are okay. You go save and perfectly fine. Everything is happy. Everybody is happy. So right now you have your items sorted, your build sorted, and you are already looking forward to play a game, right? So you pick up the first item that the game gives you, which is going to be different based on what character you decided to play. So for me, it gives me a rusted sword. So I shall pick up the rusted sword. We have a weapon. I don't want tutorials, thank you. So you have a weapon, and there is obviously a guy trying to give us a quest here. So let's ask him, because blah blah blah. Well, you are not very dead. Nice. So we kill this hungry corpse, and this hungry corpse will always drop a skill gem. And it will drop a skill gem based on what you are as a character again. So this first map is very much something that is tailored to fit your main character, and there is a boss at the end. So double strike is fortunately going to be the skill that we are going to be using the entire game. So our very first skill that we get is also going to be our end game skill. So we are going to be using this little gem the whole game. Now, another section of the game, obviously potions, understand that, we will get to that. Why do I have sub here? Because somebody gifted to you, Mr. Just Killed Diablo. Did you get a notification that you got a sub? Somebody gifted it, some nice person. It was either Tank Capital or Callsign Bear. It was very nice of you to drop by though. I'm like really happy to see you again. And so the next step is to understand how the skill gems actually work in this game. So every weapon has sockets. All the weapons have sockets, and all the gear, like every piece of gear can have a socket in this game, right? And these sockets are colored. Yeah, but why me? It was random, Mr. Diablo, it was random. Somebody just gifted random 10 subs, you know. That's how it goes in the interface. When you want to gift subs to a channel, it will ask you if you want to do it randomly or to particular people, and if you click just gift it to the channel, it will select 10 random followers and give it to them. So, back to the socket thing. Each weapon, each armor, basically every single piece of inventory, apart from the potions, can have a socket. These sockets are colored based on what gem can go in it. There are 3 colors in this game, 3 colors of gems. Blue, green, and red. And they are symboling, like there are symbols for what these gems are generally a part of. So blue gems are intelligence based. They are going to raise the requirements of the item for intelligence, and they are generally spells, like magical spells, you know, like fireball, lightning storm, all this kind of shit. Then you have the green ones. The green ones are tied to the dexterity stat, and they are usually attacks with swords, small arms, you know, double strike, for example, or a rain of arrows where you just shoot in the air. Hello, Mr. Ikes, and so on and so forth. How are you doing, Mr. Diablo and Mr. Ikes, by the way? How are you guys doing? I'm so happy that you dropped by. That's awesome. All right, so we have that. And then the third option is the red gem, and red gems are heavy melee attacks and that kind of stuff, you know, basically strength-based skills. And there are, additionally to that, each color of gems can have 2 types, right? So let me just pull up my extreme flowchart again, and let's do a new, or actually let's do the same one. So we have 3 types of gems, right? We have where do I have, like, this is the most awesome flowchart ever. So we have what, green. We have green. We have red, and we have blue. And each of these gems can have two versions. Whoop, 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 whoop. And it's the same for all of these. It's the main skill, main, and support. And that is how you divide the skill gems in this game, you know. New flowchart. This one is scuffed. No, no, no. Main skill gem is what I have here, double strike. It says it's an attack, it's a melee, it's a strike, and it's physical, right? And it says deals 91.3 of base damage, 25% chance to cause bleeding, performs 2 fast strikes with the melee weapon, adds 3 to 5 physical damage against bleeding enemies, blah 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 blah. We don't care about that. This is a main skill. Then you have a support skill, and once I find a support skill, I will show you how that works. But support skills are basically gems that power up your main skills. They add new, you know, basically attributes to your skill. They can add a lot of attributes to your skill. So generally each character will have 2 or 3 main skills that you will be using the whole game, right? And that I'm waiting on a password reset, but taking notes as best I can. Literally have the sticky note with the password here, POE, like, nah, nice. And yeah, we will get to the support gems once we can, but you will have to remember that most of the time you will have in your build the 3 main skills, generally 1 for the armor, 1 for the weapon, and a couple more, 3 to 4 for the helmet and the gloves and that kind of stuff, right? So these are going to be the skills that you actually cast. And all of these will be supported by some kind of a support gem. So let's do this. Okay, so what you want to do, always what you want to do in these kinds of games, move only on your left click. That's going to do wonders for you, that you will have a move only button in the future. And I usually do my main skill on my right mouse button. You can see that it performs quite well. You know, this double strike is quite heavy, you know, and it does a lot of damage basically. Anyway, the next thing I wanted to talk about is you can see that you have 5, and that is always gonna stay, flask slots or potion slots. We can call it whatever you want, guys. Yeah, and these can be a wide variety of flasks. They are, you know, they can be health, they can be mana flasks, so obviously they recharge health, recharge mana. There can be flasks that make you faster, give you more armor, they give you elemental resistances, blah 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 blah. There is a whole bunch of flasks that you can get throughout the game. What is important is that they refill automatically when you kill monsters. So kind of to stay alive in this game, you have to murder a lot of monsters basically, because that will give you the opportunity to heal yourself. So you have to keep that in mind, that whenever you are running low on flask charges, it might be time to, you know, kill a bunch of monsters. Zoom flasks, exactly. Zoom. I use zoom flasks in all my playthroughs because that's mandatory. Oh, and we found booties. You can see again that these have 2 sockets currently and 1 link, right? We could have had no link as well, and that would mean that this little link wouldn't be there, which would mean that there could only be 2 separate gems in it with no connection. This link basically means that the gems can cooperate with each other. Yeah, so unless you have a link on your item, you will not be able to support your gems basically. The gems will not be able to cooperate with each other. And that makes good sense, I think. Oh, we found a new item. So what is special about this particular league, right? Me and Elfisch and Max, well, Max just joined the bandwagon, whatever. But me and Elfisch, we have decided that we wanted to go something that is a little bit non-standard, that I can really show you the game on. So we have selected to go for a private league that we paid grinding gear games for. And this private league is very special in the fact that there will be no magic drops and no rare drops. So we will basically only drop basic items, the gray ones, and that we will drop unique items like legendaries and shit. Why are we doing this? So you want to showcase how currency works in this game, right? Because the currency gets overlooked a lot, and most of the currency does something with your items. So for example, we just found an orb of augmentation, right? And it says that if you find a magic item, a blue one, you can give it a new random modifier. What are modifiers? I will explain later. If we will not be able to find a magic item, but we will be able to craft it from these currency items. So we shall continue through this first map. We will kill everything that we find. There's going to be a massive boss at the end of the first, location, large chest. Nice. So we have our first support gem. You will always find a different gem again based on your character in this first chest. And you can see that this double strike can be supported by this chance to bleed because it shows you like active skills. So we have a link here and we insert in our bleed support, and you can see that if you hover over the support gem right here, it will also highlight the gem that it is supporting, right? So that way you know that your support gem is working because it will highlight the main gem as well. This particular support gem will allow us to do something, just a bunch of other shit, It will just give us some additional attributes to our attack, basically. But it is a good way for me to showcase to you how that actually is supposed to work. So you can see that we are going to be running out of mana soon, so I'm just going to pop my flask and we are back to full right away. I don't think I need to explain like the very most basic of stuff. Nice. So now we have a level up. So we are going to open this, and you can see that we have this whole massive skill tree to choose from. But thankfully, we are smart. You can get those from ritual sites. Don't tell that to Elfisch. Yikes. He's gonna be unhappy about that. We might have to change the leak up then in that case. Shit. Anyway, so then you will go into your path of building and you will see, this is supposed to be my first skill. Okay, so I shall pick up attack speed and accuracy. We can just throw this away. And where is my attack speed and accuracy? Right here. Let's go. I have my first point applied. Beautiful. I don't have the sound on, FYI. Okay. So now we are level 2. We are not a level 1 scrub anymore. And we are going to get our, fight our way through an assortment of undead peoples. And then find the massive motherfucker at the end of this. Hello? So we have to fight this dude. And he is... he hits hard, but is pretty cumbersome, so we can just, outrun him a little. Oh, he heals himself. You bastard. And you can see that our support gem is making him bleed a lot. So he's losing life as he's moving because we caused bleeding on him.
We just dropped a motherfucking unique from the first monster that's actually able to drop a unique. Problem? Problem?
That's just insane, guys. It is a 3-socket, 3-link item right away. Like, this is not supposed to happen. Like, you are not supposed to be... Like, how can you be this good, right? Like, how can this Guardian be this good? That's crazy. But that was it. That was the main boss of this first location. And then you will be allowed... Because unless you kill this guy, you will not be allowed to enter the first city. Once they see you kill that fucker, they will let you in. So the first location is called Lionized Watch. It's called Lionized Watch because there was once upon a time there was some great conqueror who was called Lionized, blah 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 blah. There's like, if you want more lore on PoE, there is like a lot of videos on PoE lore on YouTube, and I do recommend it. Even though it is it is very confusing, and B, what would be B? B is, there is nothing B. It is very confusing. Blah blah blah. So we will talk with these guys, with the local guys. So this dude is like a let's say he likes to write poems. This girl is just, I don't know, some lost soul. And then there is this dude, and he is sort of the chieftain of this place. Nice. So we get a bunch of, you know, skill gems from him. He is going to trade us with. I have no idea what I'm going to do here. Consume a steel shard to file a single blah blah blah. No, molten strike, cleave. Nah, I don't think so. So I'm not going to use any of these skills. I'm just gonna take cleave in case Elfisch needs to do something, and we are going to complete the first quest doing that. There should be nothing in our stash right now, and there is nothing in our stash. So what we did to this, we also added one thing to this particular league, Lucky, and it's the fact that you cannot trade with traders. Normally you would be able to purchase items from the traders, you would be able to sell them shit, but right now you can see that I cannot do any of that stuff. It just, there is no dialogue option for me to do that. So we will be going completely live off the land scenario when Elfisch joins us, right? Why is there a guild stash? Are we like in a guild right now? I don't know. So I already have a bunch of items. Oh, and I have 3 scrolls of wisdom, so that's lovely. So I can put this rusted sword in my other hand, and we should be able to swing it both at the same time. Exactly, it's great I created a new character. I think that is exactly why I created this, because this is also going to be going up on YouTube as a learning series. But this is going to be like, I hope you enjoyed this start. It's going to be it for the very start of the game. I want to progress further with Elfisch already, so I can, you know, explain to you all the other shit and that kind of stuff. But what we can do is we can identify the unique item. And you can see that it gives 32 armor, 52 maximum life, but we cannot evade enemy attacks. So it's a kind of a trade-off, but it's like, to have a unique this early in the game, even though it's kind of you have no idea how much beneficial that is going to be. That is going to be like a massive benefit to us. Actually, Diablo, they have completely reworked the graphics engine for this game about a year ago, I think, or something like that. They improved everything, created new shaders, texture packs, all that kind of shit. It looked like Doom 1 before, but now it looks awesome. It also munches my graphics card. Even though I have a 1070 with 8 gigs of, you know, available memory, it still munches my graphics card. Like when I start playing this game and the effects start flying around, because there's a lot of effects flying around for this game, it gets crazy. Shit gets fucking crazy, yo. But, what we can do right now, as we are waiting for Mr. Elfisch, is we can go through our build. I have based this build on a build that is called Face Tank. Face Tank the World, actually. So we are just going to hop on it, Life Leech. Yep, we are going to do it live. So this is what we based our build off of. This build is not supposed to work in this league anymore. This build has been created like 5 patches ago, maybe 6 patches ago, right? And it was not supposed to work. So what we are going to do is we are going to try and make it work. That is going to be also one of the challenges for this playthrough. Right now, what I want to know is what gems should we be using? what? My gear. Nice. So this is ideally the setup we would like to have in general, but I'm just looking at it. So I'm going to show you, I'm just going to take notes of what I actually need to loot, what the skill gems are, what the skill gems I require. So let me just, so I have the 6 link already sorted out. This is supposed to be Elemental Army, Blood Rage, Ancestral War Chief. So then there's a 3 link, Ancestral. The problem is, for this playthrough, we are not, usually you can buy a lot of these skill gems off of traders, but we are not going to be able to do that. So I need to make a list, so I don't forget what I'm going to be using. When damage taken, plus summon lightning golem. What are your plans for the weekend, Guardian Angel? Are you asking me just because there are more people now, so I should say it again? Elemental. Why is there an elemental army again? Oh, because it's amongst the Ancestral War Chief and it. Yeah, okay. Elemental army support again. So my plan for the weekend is on Friday, not sure yet, but we should be streaming at least a little, hopefully. But on Saturday, we are going to drop a 12-hour stream. A part of that 12-hour stream is going to be this game, because Elfisch is going to allocate a little bit of time. So a part of this stream is going to be this game, Path of Exile, and part of it is going to be either Age of Empires 2 or Minecraft with the Twitch chat integration. So apart from everything else, on this channel I have a bot that allows you guys to interact with me inside Minecraft, right? Which means that you can send me zombies, send me skeletons, send me creepers, all that kind of shit. By just typing exclamation mark and the given command. The list of commands is under exclamation mark active, but that is a different topic entirely. So what do we have on the gloves? Herald of Ash, Hatred, plus Herald of Fury, plus Enlighten support. Then we have another 4 link on the head, which is going to be Blood Magic support, plus Whirling Blades, plus faster attacks, support, plus Culling Strike. I knew there is going to be a skill that gives me the Culling Strike. You are not ready, Adios, for that stream, let me tell you that. You are so not ready. And the last 4 link is going to be... I might replace some of these. Enfeeble, plus Cold Snap, plus Frost Bomb. I'm just making a list of all the gems that I'm going to need, guys, okay? So be patient with me, please. Cast when damage taken. Support. Nice. So we have all of these already. We don't care about that. These are just not non-uniques. We are not going to be using these uniques anyway. Cold resistance, cold damage taken, smoke cloud. I have no idea what that does. Knockback to melee attacks. I don't know if this is what I want. This might be good, the Ed Series promise, but I need to have like a health flask and a mana flask somewhere somehow. It's alright, other people will join, exactly. Or you could sub and take 1,000 points extra, you know, that's also fun. Alright, so that would be that. So we have created a list of all the gems that we will need in the future, so that is beautiful. So everything is currently going exactly as we would expect. Alright, so now we are, the last step right now in our character creation is actually to wait for Mr. Max. It's time to stop! But it is also time for you to like, share, and leave a comment under this video. And then watch the next one because they are all awesome on this channel.